and welcome to the Skat Trak Midwest Watercross Tour finale. I'm John Reiser, and we're in beautiful Hillsdale, Michigan on Lake Baubes for the 10th and final round of the Midwest Watercross Tour. Today we'll be featuring 3 different classes of personal watercraft racing, starting out with the runabouts. Dominating this year in the runabout scene is Rob Strauss. He's been jamming on the brand new Sea-Doo. In the sport class, Tim Luzak's had boat problems this weekend, but still maintains his lead, and he'll be riding the new Sea-Doo HX. And in the stand-up ski division, Derek Powell is dominating on his Kawasaki 750, but he's got some close competition from Aaron Ziegler. So stay tuned, more racing action to follow. Bombardier's Sea-Doo and Kawasaki present the 1995 Skat Trak Midwest Watercross Tour, brought to you by Pilgrim Motorsports and Nielsen Enterprises.
World-class performance doesn't come easy. That's why at Skat Trak, we take pride in building the world's best jet drive impellers, American-made to spec, with pride and excellence. Skat Trak, for the last decade, has pushed more champions to the winner's circle than any other performance impeller. If you want to win, sometimes you have to follow the leaders. For world-class performance or some serious recreation, get the world's best Skat Trak.
No one knows why they play Follow the Leader, but at least we know who they've been following. Sea-Doo, the best-selling boat in the world.
Welcome back to Hillsdale, Michigan. We're about to get the racing action underway, but first we'd like to point out some of the features out here on the race course today. Race director Jacques Bryan has set up a beauty for us. It's a very large sweeping course with a split section in the middle. This course is going to favor the guys with the most horsepower. Joining me today, personal watercraft analyst Andy Ording.
Yes, thank you, John. We're going to start the action by taking a look at Shane Smith in the freestyle competition.
Shane doing a little 1-foot barefoot maneuver into the Bulldog and ends up riding backwards on the front of that ski. He gives the thumbs up sign, pulling off some tremendously difficult moves here, spins back into the tray, and he takes the first place and the overall in the amateur freestyle. Our first closed course race of the day, Andy, is the Expert Ski Modified.
This is going to be a gunfight. You have Aaron Ziegler and Derek Powell up against one another with only 27 points between them.
We had a chance to talk to Derek Powell before today's race.
Go out and win, ride hard, ride smart, do what I can do.
I see most Yamahas down the line. You're still sticking with this Kawasaki. You feel comfortable riding it?
Yeah, I feel great. It's working really good. Just go out and do what I can do. Hopefully win the race.
And there's Derek Powell leading and the eventual winner of the qualifying for today's race. He'll have the pole position, Andy, and there you get a good look at concentrating on that rubber band. And it snaps, and they are off. And look at Powell hook that ski up.
And Derek Powell stays down on the tray, stabilizing that boat before he starts to stand up. And you can see Yekelo carrying a lot of speed on the outside of the line.
And where is Ziegler right now, Andy?
Absence, conspicuous by his absence. He's not in the picture. He has to come second today to even have a fighting chance in the championship.
And look at those 2 legs out steering those boats around that turn into the split course section.
2 great athletes, and Powell pulls it off, keeps a good lead, and he's headed for the inside line.
Yeagle choosing that outside line.
Outside line should carry a little more speed. It's a little more open. Inside line is tighter, a little more technical. and Powell has obviously opted for the more tactical course.
Well, these first two guys through will definitely have the advantage with that smooth water.
No question. After this, it becomes more and more difficult. The conditions today are rather choppy anyway. Temperatures are in the 80s. It's good racing weather, but the boys behind the first two are going to have a hard time.
Derek Powell maintaining his consistent form. And the real question is, where is Aaron Ziegler? He has to come in second, as you said, Andy.
I have a feeling that Ziegler will definitely, there he is just coming into your picture. He is after Jekyll. He wants to catch Jekyll. He has to catch him and overtake him. So this ought to be a really interesting fight for second place.
Derek Powell out there on the Kawasaki, leading this group of Yamahas around. We had a chance to talk to him yesterday about his sponsorship.
Yeah, it started off really good. I got some help from Butch's. Steve Laham helped me out a lot, giving me 2 skis, building the boats, Oscar, Craig Smith, Tim Zarnstorff and everyone helped put together a great package, and, with my talent, staying with Kawasaki's, I decided to stay with them instead of making the switch to Yamaha.
Obviously, Andy, he made the right decision to stay with the Kawasaki.
Hasn't slowed him down at all. He looks very good out there.
Well, the white flag is out. These guys' season has boiled down to this last lap.
Double points today. Anything can happen.
And there's a look at Jekyll one more time as he tries to hold on to second place.
He's got a lot of work, and Ziegler is definitely going to be after him. This is the final lap. If he's going to make a move, this is it.
Well, they're headed down that back long straightaway here.
Ziegler getting tremendous drive off that left-hander.
And he's really putting the horsepower to the water now, Andy, as he tries to reel Jekyll in.
Jekyll looked like he had to slow down, maybe a little close on that buoy, but Ziegler is way past the outside.
And Jekyll with the inside line forces Ziegler out. Jekyll now going to opt for the inside line down the split course for the last time.
Ziegler try and go to the outside and carry a little more speed through there. He has to make it through ahead in order to get second place.
The last time through today, and Ziegler goes a little wide.
Conversely, Mike Jekyll's holding his line very well with a low center of gravity.
Ziegler just giving it everything he's got here. He must overtake Jekyll in order to keep the points battle alive and keep his hopes for an overall championship. And here comes your winner, Derek Powell. He takes the checkered flag.
And now the race for second. And it looks like Jekyll just got it.
Mike Jekyll persevering through that whole race to hold off Aaron Ziegler. And here's the big hug from Derek Powell's father. Jubilation down there in the Powell pits. And the results of Expert Ski Mod 1, Derek Powell, Mike Jekyll, Aaron Ziegler, Brian Hofstas, and Ian Bigsby. And in Expert Mod 2, Derek Powell took the victory, and that left him the overall champion.
We had a chance to chat to our new champion, and here it is.
Powell, congratulations. You clinched the overall title in the ski division. It was a heck of a race out there. The real battle was for second and third, and you were kind of oblivious to what was going on behind you, but you ran an excellent race.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I saw them back there. I kept an eye on how far they were behind them. I saw Aaron battling with Mike, and, they were both coming on strong, but I had enough in me, to stay out in front. My Butch's, sponsored Kawasaki. Tim Zarnstorff really helped me out. Got the boat running good this weekend. Strong, for the overall victory.
Coming up next, the Premier Class 785 Runabout Modifieds. Welcome back to the 1995 Skat Trak Midwest Watercross Tour from Hillsdale, Michigan. I'm John Reiser, and again, I'm joined by analyst Andy Ording. And Andy, coming up next, the Expert 785 Runabout Modified.
This is the premier class of the day, showcasing some real technology and some great speed with super racing.
Well, the Sea-Doos have dominated this year, but there's also Kawasaki's out there to be reckoned with. On the line now for the 785 Modified class, Rob Strauss, the current leader, well out in front. So the race here is for second and third. But pulling the whole shot, Todd Parent. Todd Parent from Windsor, Ontario, Canada.
Not even a factor in the championship, but found some real horsepower, some real speed on his boat, and he is well in the lead.
Looking very smooth at the moment.
Yes, that looks very good. Strauss hot after him.
And they've got really smooth water, it looks like, to start this race. Parent riding way up on the front of that Kawasaki XIR. And there's a good split screen look. Rob Strauss, the current overall points leader, working his way down the near side of the course, with Parent working the far side of that split course.
Yes, the technical aspects of the course will really suit Strauss well. He's a very experienced racer and is very fast and currently in the lead.
Well, we've just been informed that Todd Parent has missed a buoy, which moves him back to last place on the grid, and that moves Rob Strauss, our overall points leader, up into first place.
Strauss is a very savvy racer. I'm sure he's realized that Parent has missed that buoy. He won't even be going after him, as he knows there will be retribution for that.
Well, Rob Strauss from Lake Mills, Wisconsin, he owns his own Sea-Doo dealership, so that might explain why he's out there in front.
Yeah, that'll definitely come in handy in boat setup and repair and maintenance.
Rob Strauss, one heck of a competitor, always charging hard, never letting off the throttle. Regardless if he's in first place or back in the pack, he's always riding as hard as he can.
Yeah, he's pretty much got the championship sewn up, but that hasn't slowed him down a bit today. He's determined to win. Looking back at the competitors there as they head into the split course.
And once again, Todd Parent not a factor in this race after missing a buoy, or actually redesigning the course.
Yes, that was an interesting excursion, and certainly something that Strauss is not going to be concerned about.
A good look at Parent there as he's wearing some padding over his knees and his lower legs to keep him from getting injured in case of impact.
Yeah, these boats are not designed to be full contact competition, but sometimes it ends up that way.
We had an opportunity to sit down and talk to Rob Strauss before today's event.
The course itself has a split built into the course. We've been using splits pretty much for the entire season, and we really like the splits quite a bit. It is a fast course, so it takes a lot of horsepower on this to get around somebody, definitely.
Rob Strauss commenting on the speed that these guys can carry through the course.
Yeah, definitely. Conditions have actually worsened a little bit during the course of this race. A little more chop on the water at the moment. Strauss not really affected by it, doing very well.
And there is second place, Mike McIntosh, last year's overall champion. As we get a look at Rob Strauss taking the checkered flag in the Expert 785 Runabout Modified.
Perfect end to a great season for Rob.
With the helmet off, Strauss, your champion. Let's take a look at the results of 785 Runabout Modified number 1. Strauss coming in first. Second place, Mike McIntosh, followed by Tom Bellamy, John Houston, and Jimmy Langdon. And in Expert Runabout Modified 2, Rob Strauss, the victor again, and he ends up being the overall champion.
We had an opportunity to chat to him.
Great victory for you again, but a little confusion out there on the course. Did you keep your head clear the whole time?
Oh yeah, I seen the Kawasaki in front of me. He just kept cutting part of the course, you know, so it was a matter of time. But at the last time, I thought I'd set him up and just pass him. And
well, at that point, you hope that the scorers can sort everything out and score you correctly.
oh, absolutely. He missed it so many times. I couldn't have missed that one with a 10-foot pole.
Well, we've crowned an excellent champion in the Expert Runabout Modified. Stay tuned. We're coming back with Expert Sport.
World-class performance doesn't come easy. That's why at Skat Trak, we take pride in building the world's best jet drive impellers. American-made to spec with pride and excellence. Skat Trak, for the last decade, has pushed more champions to the winner's circle than any other performance impeller. If you want to win, sometimes you have to follow the leaders. For world-class performance or some serious recreation, get the world's best Skat Trak.
Welcome back to Lake Bobbies in Hillsdale, Michigan for the 1995 Skat Trak Midwest Watercross Tour. And Andy, up now, the Expert Sport Modifieds.
Yeah, this is one of the fastest growing classes out there. Lots of competition and super fun.
Well, we had a chance before the race to talk to current point leader Tim Luzak.
Leading the points race, let's talk about this weekend. Double points awarded, very large course with a split section. Is it imperative that you get the whole shot, or is there passing potential out there in the split course?
There is passing potential, but it's extremely important to get the whole shot because of the competition. Everybody is extremely close, and you know, if you get the whole shot, that's the best way to do it. If you start out front, you can end out front.
Luzak riding that brand new Sea-Doo HX. And from the whole shot, number 715, Keith Scheischer from Howell, Michigan. He pulls up out front into that first turn sweeper, and he's riding on the Yamaha Wave Blaster. But now,
Mike Firkins is taking a run at him.
and Mike Firkins pulls away on the Sea-Doo HX. And Andy, that is it's kind of resembles a dolphin, the dolphin nose on the front of that HX.
Yeah, and he made a super move. Got tremendous drive off that corner and capitalized on it by overtaking Scheisser.
Well, you can really see the two different manufacturers going head to head here, as Firkins opted for the outside and Scheischer on the inside line through the split section.
Tim Luzak is in fact the points leader, and Scheisser's not really a factor in the championship. Firkins has to win this race.
Well, after that little interview we had with Tim Luzak, I asked him if the whole shot was imperative, and he said that it was important because of the competition, and now he finds himself back in the pack.
Certainly, he's in top 5, but that's not enough. He has to stay up there, he has to get enough points, and he has to, above all, he has to prevent Firkins from winning, and that's going to be difficult from mid-pack finish.
Firkins riding very consistently on the Sea-Doo. And there's a long shot of those guys working their way back down through the split section. As Firkins looking very relaxed, very consistent.
Choppy conditions, doing it very well. Nice center of gravity position. He's cornering it very well, bearing the rail each time he gets around that thing. Technique is actually very good, John.
Well, these are very user-friendly personal watercraft. That may explain the explosion that the sport crafts have had in the retail sales and also on the racing scene.
Makes for very exciting racing. Lots of very evenly matched, and allows the pilots to work hard on technique, and gives you racing such as this.
As the race wears on, these guys start to tire out, but I think this sport class is not quite as exhausting as perhaps the stand-up ski division.
Yeah,
so
certainly.
These guys really can relax, get into a rhythm, and really find their line through the course.
And even though when you have choppy conditions such as this, they do have an opportunity to sit down somewhat and rest their legs. I would say in the stand-up class, their legs are the ones that take all the punishment.
Another neat feature about the new Sea-Doo is that it has a spring-loaded seat, Andy, and as the ski rails and digs into a turn, the spring actually activates on the seat and kind of pushes and drives that ski harder into the water.
That would actually help a lot to overcome the buoyancy in the cornering. I mean, you'd really be able to get that corner down.
And obviously Firkins is one with his machine out there as he's dominating. Luzak needing to get into second place to take the overall, but Firkins just does not want to give up first place.
Firkins is a man on a mission. He wants the championship. This is his only chance. This is the last hurrah.
Well, there's a look at Eric Cabral. He's on the Yamaha Wave Blaster.
A very distinctive looking craft, black and red. Easy to spot.
And he's riding a borrowed boat. His boat broke down, had to go to the end of the field, couldn't race his qualified ski, so he was at the end of the field in the starting position.
Boy, what a difficult thing to overcome. Final race of the whole championship, and to have to borrow a boat to try and overcome this is not the day to have something like that happen.
Watching this racing, Andy, makes me really want to get out there and ride that Sea-Doo. Firkins making it look very easy.
Certainly, if you could achieve if anybody could achieve the success that he has, that would make it a fun day, I would think.
Well, coming into this race, it was up for grabs, and Firkins is trying to hold on and make it his day in the sun.
Scheisser actually still right there. Looks like he's holding down second position after a super start. He hasn't lost much ground, but unable to find that extra speed to get hold of Firkins.
And here comes the checkered flag for Mike Firkins.
And he's pumped. What a great ride, what a great finish to the championship.
And here comes a disappointed Tim Luzak. Coming in fourth today, needed to get to second place for an overall, and you can see the disappointment in his eyes. Well, Mike Firkins really ran his heart out today.
It was an all-or-nothing effort, and here he is getting the winner's baptism.
Andy, let's take a look at the results now of Expert Sport Modified. Mike Firkins coming in first, followed by Dave Moriana, Mike Flynn, Tim Luzak, and Craig Capello. In Expert Sport Modified 2, Mike Firkins, our winner again.
We had an opportunity to chat to our new series champion.
I just can't believe it came down to this last race. It's just incredible. I had some trouble a little bit in the beginning of the year, but it just all came around. I can't believe it. I'd like to thank Rob's Performance Motorsports in Johnson Creek, Wisconsin. They did an excellent job preparing my boat and stuff. I can't thank them enough. I can't thank my friends enough, and all my teammates. They just helped me out through the whole year.
Stay with us. We'll be back to wrap things up from Lake Bobbies at Hillsdale, Michigan, right after this.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
World-class performance doesn't come easy. That's why at Skat Trak, we take pride in building the world's best jet drive impellers. American-made to spec, with pride and excellence. Skat Trak, for the last decade, has pushed more champions to the winner's circle than any other performance impeller. If you want to win, sometimes you have to follow the leaders. For world-class performance or some serious recreation, get the world's best Skat Trak.
Welcome back to Lake Bobbies at Hillsdale, Michigan for the 1995 Skat Trak Midwest Watercross Tour. Well, Andy, we've seen some incredible racing action today, and we've crowned champions in all of the classes.
Yeah, we certainly have. Every class has offered us some unique racing tactics, completely different to each other. All of them really fast.
Well, in the freestyle, we see Shane Smith, our overall freestyle season champion, doing a 180 sink it deep. Beautiful move there. And the conditions are absolutely perfect out there, Andy, for these freestyle moves. Now he's doing a tail stall. Let's take a look at the overall final season standings. Shane Smith coming in first place, followed by Mark Murphy, Gary Burtka, Michael Nixick, and Sean Nolan. And we had an incredible finale in the Expert Ski Modified. Nagel dicing it out with Derek Powell. Derek Powell becoming the overall Expert Ski Champion for 1995.
Yes, and it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Had great support from his family and sponsors.
And there's his final standings. Derek Powell barely edging out Aaron Ziegler, followed by Mike Yeagle, Mike Zott, and Ed Liu for the overall Expert Men's Ski Division. In the Expert Sport class, Mike Firkins, who gave back-to-back awesome victory performances to land his first Sport Ski Championship.
He really worked for this victory. He had his work cut out for him. Although he didn't get the whole shot, he followed up very quickly.
And there are your final season standings. Mike Firkins edged out Tim Luzak, followed by Eric Gabrell, David Zier, and David Moriana. In the Expert 785 Modified Runabout class, the season's dominator, Rob Strauss,
Rob has had a great season. Had a great day today, of course. Cap off a super season, one of those perfect ones that come seldomly.
Well, he didn't get the whole shot, but he persevered and held on and rode his race.
Now, he is a tough cookie. He has his own store, as you said. He works very hard on preparation. These boats are perfectly prepared, and he is fast and does not give up.
Well, he diced it out with Tom Bellamy and Mike McIntosh. Let's take a look at the results in the 785 modified runabout class. There you see Rob Strauss, followed by Tom Bellamy, John Houston, and last year's overall champion Mike McIntosh and Teddy Gabriel.
We've had an outstanding weekend of racing here in Hillsdale, Michigan, and we've crowned the champions in all the classes. We'd like to thank the sponsors of the 1995 Midwest Watercross Tour. For Prime Sports, I'm John Reiser. We'll see you next time at the races.
Thanks for joining us today in the 1995 Skat Trak Midwest Watercross Tour. Today's racing was brought to you by Skat Trak, the first name in impellers. And by Bombardier Sea-Doo, everybody's doing it. And Kawasaki, let the good times roll. And by Pilgrim Motorsports, your excitement headquarters. And Nielsen Enterprises, the Midwest's largest watercraft dealer. Sponsored in part by Yamaha Wave Runners. Get one or get behind one. And Tiger Shark. Everything else is just bait. And Polaris. Believe it. Today's event was sanctioned by the International Jet Sport Boating Association. Wetsuits provided by Slippery When Wet. Special thanks to Butch's Water Sport, Excel, and J&J Sales and Service.